memorial for your loved one, I invite you to stop in and see our large selection of memorials on display. The memorial you choose is crafted for you right here locally with an everlasting warranty. That means it's perfect, now and forever, guaranteed. Call or stop into Fergus Falls Monument or visit us online at foreverstonememorials.com. Memorials that matter.
Big discounts on your favorite truck. Save up to $14,000 off MSRP on 25 Ram 1500 at Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls, or take low 1.9% for 72 months. See your salesperson for all the details. Or take $14,000 off MSRP on 2024 Wagoneer, or $10,000 off Chrysler Pacifica. For those looking for a super fun drive, lease the 24 Dodge Hornet with nothing down and only $349 a month. Take your test drive now at Nelson Auto Center, Fergus Falls.
Modern marketing with a local touch. That's Leighton Media. We influence audiences across the state using traditional media and a complete portfolio of marketing services designed to grow your business. From event and video production to complete radio branding campaigns, our team is dedicated to helping you share your message and get the results your business expects. Ready to make an impact? Connect with Leighton Media today. Our team is ready to work for you. Leighton Media, your success starts here.
It's Morning Talk on News Talk 1250 KBRF, brought to you by Pioneer Care and Fergus Falls Monument Company. Now, here's Mary Dolan and Dave Bishop.
Good Thursday morning. It's 10 after 9 and currently sitting in at 48 in Fergus Falls, Mary.
Oh, it's going to be a beautiful day.
Going to be gorgeous.
Wow. Okay, so went on the maiden voyage of the pontoon last night.
How was that?
Oh, I love being out on the boat. If you could see my face when I drive in. In fact, I can send you a picture of it. Okay, and then you can show everybody. Yeah, because I get pretty darn excited when the pontoon. So I pulled into our cabin, and there it was. So here, I'll send you, and you can show everybody how it really looks. Let's see, there it is. Okay, it'll take a second for you to get it, but you can show everybody. This is the look on my face in my car when I drive up to the cabin and see the pontoon parked at the dock for the very first time. And I wasn't expecting it. So I took that picture and I sent it to John and I said, "Oh, I'm so excited." So yeah, anyway, so that's there you go. There I am. Super excited in my car driving up to the cabin. There's the pontoon.
The pontoon.
Oh boy. Anyway, enough goofing around, I guess. But it is, I mean, this is like a national holiday. It's the fishing opener, of course.
Mother's Day.
And Mother's Day. When's the last time we had 70s and 80s for the fishing opener? I bet it's been a long darn time.
I remember a lot of times where we're at this stage of the week going,
is the ice going to go out? Yeah. I remember, and this was quite a few years ago, but I remember, you know how when the ice turns to kind of that honeycomb, you know?
Yeah, the grape.
And I remember a Friday night before the opener, we could sit in the cabin and actually hear that slush kind of.
It's a magical sound when it's the honeycomb ice, where it sounds like a bunch of crystals.
Yep, and it kind of, you could hear it just crunching up, and then by morning it was gone, and everybody got their boats out, and off fishing they went.
We used to have bulrushes in front of our place years upon years ago. They've kind of gone away since. But it caused kind of like a little channel, or kind of like a little pathway between the shore and the bulrushes. They're about 100 yards out. But when you get that nice little honeycomb, it just kind of crashed together, and it just sounded like wind chimes as it went through.
Did. It does. Well, anyway, it's going to be a very nice weekend for both Mother's Day, no matter what you have planned. Even if it's just maybe eating out on your porch or your patio, you know, or even just sitting out on a lawn chair for a little bit. I know there are lots of moms who don't really care if they do a lot. They kind of just want the day to relax. Maybe somebody else to do the cooking, and So I think it's going to be a nice weekend. I know you guys are kind of planning to go golfing. I know that there's moms that love to fish. There'll be a lot of moms out in the boat. A lot of people out riding bike, I'll bet you.
Yep, I can see that.
Yeah.
Little bike ride with mom.
Yeah. So biking has gotten to be so kind of hot. I mean, everybody's getting bikes and a lot of people getting e-bikes.
Yep.
And if you're like me, I love these trails that are out by us at the lake.
Yep.
And now the trail that goes, the two trails have been connected by the trail that goes through Maplewood. I don't know that is complete, but I think it is rideable. I think. Don't call me on that, but so that's what I'm anxious to do is make that, that whole circle where before we had to stop when you got to the park on either side. So I think it's really going to be cool to have a path that actually goes through Maplewood State Park. So I'm looking forward to a summer of riding. And if you've been on those trails out by the park, out by Maplewood, you'll know how steep they are. There's some hills that if you're a good biker, you could do it. And if you do a lot of biking, you can do it. And if you can do it, good for you, because those are big hills. That's when I turn on the power on my bike to help me get up those hills. And then I turn it off and I try to ride it as a normal bike as much as I can. But I know that I wouldn't be able to use those beautiful trails if I didn't have a little extra boost of electric power. So I think more and more people are going that way too.
Yeah, I haven't tried to tackle those trails. I pretty much I do Central Lakes Trail, and then I bike from my cabin to Glendalough and bike around Glendalough.
Oh my goodness. Glendalough might be my favorite place to bike. I usually park at Chief Winanga, and then I ride over to Glendalough. Yep. And then ride the trails. And then when you get back to Battle Lake, there's so many choices if you want to, grab lunch or something. I do love Glendalough for riding bike. That might go down as my favorite.
And I remember when I used to live out there and I'd bike out to Glendalough, I'd be coming back around, that'd be the east shore of Battle Lake.
Right.
And all of a sudden, you got that one last hill.
One last hill. There it is.
I'm like, come on, I got to get up the summit. I got to get up the summit. And then turn on the summit. It's like, there we go.
I know it. Well, anyway, we wish moms everywhere a happy Mother's Day, no matter what you're doing. And, and good luck, good fishing, right? Yeah. Okay, yesterday I teased this on the front half of the show just as we were going into the break, and then I never gave the answer. So I'm going to do that today. Remember I said, okay, this kid got a hold of his mom's phone.
Oh, yeah.
And he ordered, so here's what he did.
I've seen the photo.
Yep. A Kentucky mom said that her son ordered 70,000 Dum Dum lollipops while playing with her phone. She said on social media that she was surprised to find 30 cases of candies on her doorstep. Her second grader, so what are we, 5, 6, 7 years old maybe? A second grader admitted to buying the candies over the weekend. Sounded like he wanted to treat his friends at school. Anyway, the order set the mom back $4,200 for lollipops.
I'd send it back.
Yeah, well, luckily, Amazon agreed to refund the purchase, and they were able to sell some of the candies to friends and to neighbors. So that was pretty nice of Amazon to do that. So, so now you have the picture.
That's what it looked like when she got home.
All those boxes stacked on both sides of their front door on the porch. Yeah, $4,200, 70,000 Dum suckers. Not even a good sucker.
I know.
Oh boy, how would a second grader know to order all those cases? In fact, I tried to order 12 of something the other day because, and they were little, what do you call it? Tape measures. Because the Nelsons are putting on a kids fishing tournament coming up this summer. And it's going to be a tournament where you measure. And so I was ordering a bunch of these things, and they came in 2-packs, and I was going to order 12 of them. They would only let me order 10. So I wonder if they think, if they're afraid then you're going to turn and resell. I don't know. I mean, really, a tape measure? I promise I'm not going to resell 24 tape measures. But in this case, I'm surprised that Amazon let him buy that much.
Yeah.
But I guess if you want to spend $4,200 on dumb suckers, they'll let you do it.
I'm shocked they didn't think it was a dumb purchase.
Yes, a very dumb purchase. I loaded you for that one. I was just waiting for you to take the bait. All right. On a serious note, the Federal Reserve maintained its key interest rate amidst concerns about inflation and recession risks from Trump administration tariffs. Despite acknowledging economic growth, the Fed opted for a wait-and-see approach due to heightened uncertainties. The central bank's stance suggests reluctance to lower rates in the near future as well. The online legal fund for accused CEO killer Luigi Mangione, they have raised more than $1 million for his defense.
I'm surprised yet not surprised at the same time.
Well, I don't think anything surprises us anymore, but here is a guy who shoots a dad, a husband, probably an uncle, a friend, a neighbor, shoots him at point blank range, and he has absolutely premeditated this deal, knew exactly where he'd be, shot him in cold blood on the street in New York. And now these people want him to go free just because this guy is a healthcare CEO and healthcare is costing people too much money.
Yeah.
So then you're going to support the guy who kills that man? Boy, where have we come? Anyway, the Manhattan District Attorney expressed disapproval of the support that Mangione pleaded not guilty to the assassination-style killing of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson, and he could potentially face the death penalty.
Yeah, they're going for the death penalty.
It'll be interesting to see how this turns out because, I mean, it's so clear. It's on camera that he killed him. How can you find that guy not guilty?
He was caught with the gun. He was caught writing notes and memos about the killing. It's
right.
How
can this go any way but guilty?
Yep.
Just seems like a huge waste of everyone's time and money and all those sorts of things. But anyway, there are people that helped him raise over $1 million for his legal fund. Okay, I was wondered about this. You know, when you've been in Florida, have you ever gone out on the intercoastal or the canals?
No.
Before you get like into the Gulf? I have in kayaks. Well, I may not do that ever again. Here is an incident. A woman was fatally attacked by an alligator while canoeing with her husband in Central Florida. I always wondered about that. The incident occurred, this one was actually on a lake, with the alligator capsizing their canoe. Yikes. Despite her husband's efforts, the woman was bitten and later found deceased. Can you imagine being that husband trying to save her from that? Trappers recovered 2 large alligators at the scene. Ugh. But I always think of that, the times that I've been in a kayak on those canals, I'm thinking, yikes, what is lurking beside me? Because you feel like you are right on the water, and essentially you are.
Yeah,
yikes.
I've got a couple kayaks, and so I do a lot of kayaking out on West Battle, but yeah.
I know, scary. Let's see. Did you see that Weight Watchers, they filed for bankruptcy? I knew it was only a matter of time until this happened. Of course, Oprah Winfrey was their big seller of the Weight Watchers program.
She owned a lot of the stock, too.
She did. Well, then she told everybody, she fessed up that she was taking weight loss drugs, Ozempic, Wegovy, whatever she was taking, because her weight has been kind of her, I don't know, the albatross around her neck, or maybe it's part of the things that made her so popular and people kept following her. She went from heavy to thin to heavy to thin to heavy to thin because she tried all these things. Well, all of a sudden she talks all these people into following her on Weight Watchers, and then she reveals that she's taking these weight loss drugs.
And if I remember right, Weight Watchers kind of got into the weight loss drugs,
They did, but it was kind of too little too late. And I guess they they're kind of still out there. The company plans to remain operational during the process. They're going to restructure and eliminate $1.15 billion in debt. So they say that they are ensuring that there will be no impact on its members. The CEO stated that the move will facilitate innovation and reinvestment in members, allowing Weight Watchers to lead in the weight management industry. So they maintain that they will save some money, $1.15 billion.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, everybody can just go on doing Weight Watchers. I wonder how many, I know the stock dropped like crazy when Oprah Winfrey got off the board or however she was connected. And then the stock really took a plunge.
Yeah.
But really, I mean, this program has been around forever.
Yeah.
And if you follow it, it's really a good program. You can lose weight by just eating normal food.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I like about it. They just teach you how to kind of change the way that you eat. So anyway, I'm kind of glad to hear that it's going to stick around, because I think a lot of people have been on Weight Watchers their whole life.
And I know that if some of these drugs like Jardian, I think you have to sing and dance your way through every day.
You probably do. Oh, yeah, Jardians. Oh, my goodness. When that one comes on, I have to mute the TV because it's an earworm, and it gets stuck in my head. And I find myself singing the Jardians jingle at night even.
That's a good ad.
Drives me crazy. So as soon as it comes on, I hit mute because I can't even listen to it. Let's see what else. Well, I guess we're just about up against the break, but how about this one? I guess I wasn't alone. Half of even 30-somethings have knee damage.
I believe it.
Yeah, old at 30, I guess. I think it's everybody, they start their sport so early. It's no wonder that you don't have wrecked knees by age 30.
Well, I mean, I did okay. Well, I mean, I kind of messed up my knee my left knee in high school playing soccer. Got twisted on a slide tackle. And then my right knee, I messed up. What was that, last year or the year before? I did a small tear in my meniscus.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
So it's finally getting better.
Oh, boy. Yeah, it took a year. Well, anyway, and of course, we're soon up against summer. We'll tell you why parents dread summer. I guess you can guess on that one. But anyway, we'll talk about that and more when we come back on Morning Talk.
Back with more Morning Talk with Mary Dolan and Dave Bishop. Brought to you by Pioneer Care and Fergus Falls Monument Company. After the markets on News Talk 1250 KBRF. Depend on it.
Community is important, and you'll find it at Pioneer Point. Spacious apartments, thoughtfully designed for older adults, provide the best in senior living. Heated parking and elevator access makes life easy. Your neighbors at Pioneer Point hold a welcoming, family-like approach to living. Choosing from an array of special features and options, you'll find many ways to define your lifestyle at Pioneer Point. Call or schedule your tour online today at pioneercare.org.
Hi, Twins fans. John Vitas with you as the Minnesota Twins look for their first 5-game winning streak of the season this afternoon at Target Field. It'll be a 12:10 first pitch, which means we will get going with our pregame lineup card at 11:30. Joe Ryan was scratched due to illness, but Bailey Ober will step in to pitch instead. He'll be matched up against the Orioles right-hander Dean Kramer. Join us for first pitch in the pregame lineup card right here on your home for Twins baseball.
News Talk 1250 AM KBRF. Depend on it.
Amplify your brand with Leighton Media. Cohesive brand strategy starts here. At Leighton Media, we'll take your business on a journey of seamless connection across all marketing platforms, radio, digital, event marketing, and more, amplifying your brand's reach and impact. Ready to get started? Connect with Leighton Media today. Our team is ready to work for you. Leighton Media, your success starts here.
612 Saturdays are back at Target Field. Enjoy $6 drinks, $1 snacks, and $2 food when gates open.
I'm from the 952. Can I enjoy 612 Saturdays?
The 952 is welcome.
I'm from the 218.
218, 651. Everyone is welcome at 612 Saturdays.
I'm from the 313. How about me?
That's Detroit.
Yeah.
Sure. Enjoy the weekend wind-up with 612 Saturdays presented by Carbliss. $6 drinks, $1 snacks, and $2 food. When we're together, the Twins rise as one. Join in at twins.com/tickets.
Unique farming operations need unique financial solutions. Ag Country Farm Credit Services offers customized financing that fits any size farm, ranch, or agribusiness. The next time you're in the market for more land, equipment, facilities, or maybe even an operating loan, contact the team at Ag Country. They know agriculture and will work for you. Ag Country. Focused on ag, focused on you. Ag Country is an equal opportunity lender.
Markets this hour brought to you by Ag Country Farm Credit Services, a customer-owned cooperative.
Good morning. Market update on the Red River Farm Network. I'm Randy Conan. Grain markets continue to trade a bit two-sided here. Agmarket.net analyst Jacob Burks says, especially this corn market.
This is the third day in a row where we've seen that two-sided day in just corn, where we're through the overnights we've rallied. We've been willing to buy the corn, and then by the time you get to the day session and some of the news wires start hitting. Probably, the progress of planting and good weather reports, you're seeing that corn sell off. So, yeah, we've been on both sides of the trade here in the corn market. The beans have not. Beans have been strong the entire time. This is the second day in a row that we've seen some, very positive territory coming up here with the old crop and new crop coming along, and the bull spreads are starting to work a little bit here in the beans as well. But wheat. You've just struggled. We've seen both sides of the trade there across all three complexes of the wheat this morning.
Decent day for the livestock market today.
$1 lower, and then you end up only settling $1.50 lower. You kind of expected to have a little bit of strength coming in here today, but it's been a slow, steady strength. Slow, steady strength that is just really impressive. You look at the fundamental side of this marketplace, and there's nothing that says it's time to go down. There's nothing that says it's bearish. Every time we do get some type of just general pullback, it seems like this technical side of it has just been there to save the day.
Cash cattle trade today, we're seeing a pretty quiet start this morning so far. Asking prices $220 plus live, $353 plus dressed. You're listening to the Red River Farm Network. At NDFB, our mission is clear: to enhance the lives of North Dakotans by advocating for agriculture, our state's largest and most vital economic sector. NDFB policies are built through the voices of our members. Our policy development process gives you the power to raise concerns, tackle issues, and shape the future of North Dakota agriculture. If you believe it's time to take a stand, get involved. Visit ndfb.org to learn more. NDFB, your voice, your future.
Zidua SC herbicide from BASF delivers flexible, long-lasting residual control.
It's got a low use rate. It's got exceptional control of things like water hemp. It's going to help you on your grasses, your foxtails, your wild oats. It's easy to add into the tank. Very versatile. It's one of those where once you plant your soybeans, you can spray Zidua from planting all the way through V6 without stopping.
That's BASF business rep Bill Olson. For more info on Zidua SC, see your local ag retailer or BASF representative. Always follow label instructions. Sign up for the Red River Farm Network's weekly e-newsletter. FarmNet News arrives in your inbox every Monday morning. American Sugar Beet Growers Association President Neil Rockstead is a subscriber.
That weekly email that the Red River Farm Network comes out with is my go-to place for ag news. If there's only one thing that I read all week in regards to ag news in the Red River Valley and nationwide, it's always your email, hands down.
FarmNet News, delivering news to your email every Monday. Subscribe at rrfn.com.
From the Northern Plains to South America,
World Weather Incorporated Senior Meteorologist Drew Lerner is your trusted source for agricultural weather.
Precipitation-wise, we're not looking at much moisture. Well, yes, we will have a few more spits and spats turning around in the afternoon, though, and starting a warming trend. We'll see accelerated drying occurring across the region. And yes, precipitation is going to be minimal, so the ground will firm up aggressively across the region. It still will be a...
Drew Lerner, only on the Red River Farm Network.
July wheat, Minneapolis up a half penny, 603 and a half. Chicago July wheat's down 2 1/4. Kansas City July wheat down 1/4 of a penny. July corn down 4 1/4, 445. December corn down 3 1/2, 437 1/4. July soybeans 5 3/4 higher, 1045. November 3 higher, 1025. In Winnipeg, July canola 40 cents a metric ton higher, 701.70 Canadian. June live cattle 65 cents higher, 213.17. August is up 67 cents. August feeder cattle $1.17 higher, 299.77. September's up $1.40. June lean hogs 2 cents higher, 97.35. July up 35 cents. Dow Jones Industrial averages 277 points higher. This is the Red River Farm Network.
Check out FergusFallsDeals.com for food and drink in the area. We cover it all, and you can save money with places like BFW Post 612 in Fergus Falls, Garden Bar on 6th in Alexandria, Terrace Lanes in Wapaton, Old Town in Clitheroe, Perkins in Fergus Falls, Parallel 46 in Pelican Rapids, and Melby Outpost.
At FergusFallsDeals.com.
Splash into spring with Northwest Tire. Save up to $250 this month with a $50 rebate when you purchase any 4-passenger or light truck tires in stock with installation and premium tire coverage. And a $100 rebate when you use your Northwest Tire credit card. Plus, receive a $100 Northwest Tire gift card for future purchase on any tires or services. See store for details. Sale valid through May 31st.
Northwest Tire keeps you rolling down the road.
How far would you drive for a great deal?
47.
61.
44.
I drove 89 miles. Customers go many extra miles for their quality Toyota. Sienna, Camry, Avalon all come standard with the quality Toyota no haggle, no hassle price guarantee. View the bottom line price online before you drive, because that's the price you'll pay. Quality Toyota. What's your number? West Lincoln Avenue in Fergus Falls or at qualitytoyota.net. Let's go places.
Hi, Twins fans. John Vitas with you as the Minnesota Twins look for their first 5-game winning streak of the season this afternoon at Target Field. It'll be a 12:10 first pitch, which means we will get going with our pregame lineup card at 11:30. Joe Ryan was scratched due to illness, but Bailey Ober will step in to pitch instead. He'll be matched up against the Orioles right-hander Dean Kramer. Join us for first pitch in the pregame lineup card right here on your home for Twins baseball.
News Talk 1250 AM KBRF. Depend on it.
There was this one time when our keynote presentation crashed because of outdated equipment. So embarrassing. I needed a venue that could handle our tech needs without a hiccup, and the Big Wood Event Center delivered. From their fast Wi-Fi to reliable microphones and projectors, everything worked great. It gave us peace of mind and it allowed us to put on a polished professional presentation. Their setup let us focus on what mattered most: getting our message across. Meetings with impact begin at bigwoodeventcenter.com.
News Talk 1250 KBRF. Listen anytime, any place with the Fergus Now app on your phone. Forecast for today, topping it up around a 73, 52 tonight for our low. Mostly sunny, 79 tomorrow, sunny 80 Saturday, Sunday up around 88. Going to be hot and windy as we get into Monday as well, 87 and breezy. Right now, fair skies 54, winds on the southeast at 13. It is a morning talk on News Talk 1250 KBRF, brought to you this morning and every morning by our friends over at Pioneer Care and at Fergus Monument Company.
All right, back on a Thursday. Hard to believe it's Thursday again, heading into what I think is kind of a fun weekend.
Yeah, it's a great weekend.
Even if, I'm not a fisherman, but I enjoy sitting on the end of the dock and watching other people out in their boats. And I know it's just a fun weekend for a lot of people as just a get-together, if nothing else. And even if the fish aren't biting, it's one of those times every year when everybody is getting together and, everyone looks forward to that. So And then, of course, Mom's Day. We can't forget Mom this weekend. All right. Talking about knees. Knees are the worst.
They are.
Research from the University of Oulu, wherever that is, found that 30-somethings have knee damage even if they don't have any symptoms.
Well,
So
that's kind of vague.
Well, it is, yeah.
You may not feel pain, but we think it's
MRIs
there.
have shown this. So I don't know why you'd have an MRI if you don't have pain. But anyway, about 2/3 of young adults have some kind of cartilage damage. Okay, so I've had one knee replaced. I'm not super jazzed about doing the other one. And I'm kind of waiting for, there's a new technique, and I think they're actually doing it at the Mayo Clinic, where instead of replacing the joint, they're replacing the cartilage.
Oh.
And I think that sounds like a genius way to go. So I don't know. I think I'm just going to wait and see how technology does. This other one isn't too good, so I don't know how long I'll be able to wait. But yeah, I don't really feel like doing that again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't terrible, but...
My dad had both of his done at the same time.
Yeah, the doc that did mine, he won't do that. He said, you're just asking for trouble. So, yeah, and I didn't think I could be that immobile, for very long. And I don't know. I was scared to do that, actually. And my doctor wouldn't even do it. So, and more power to your dad. I know a lot of people have had both of them done at the same time. But then you are out of things for quite a few weeks.
Yeah.
And I just didn't have that. I didn't want to do that. And job-wise, it'd have been hard to do that. I'd have left you hanging for weeks. That would be no good.
No, we would have taken a Comrex.
Yeah, I could. I guess I could have.
Kind of like when I had COVID, they're like, "Here, grab a Comrex before you get
do it. Yeah, do it from home.
It's like,
yeah.
okay.
Okay, so were you one of those parents, or are you one of those parents that kind of dread summer when the kids now are not in school anymore?
I don't dread summer.
I know that's a bad word.
But I constantly finding myself trying to find something for. We've got one left at home. Trying to find something for him to do. That's
and how
not
old is
playing
he?
Video games.
Yeah,
He's coming up on 13.
Okay, yeah. So they do need something to do. Like, does he play baseball?
You know,
or
he used to
soccer
play.
and
He
all
used
that
to
kind
play
of stuff?
baseball and
Okay.
soccer, but he's kind of aged out of that. And
Yeah.
So he's kind of like,
what do I do?
Yeah.
And he's too young to really have a job.
Yeah, I mean, at 12, almost 13, you kind of get in trouble if you make a kid work.
Yeah,
So.
exactly. Well, anyway, according to a survey of 2,000, this is millennial parents, 1 in 3 respondents think they'll experience anxiety every day of the summer. They say the end of the school year makes them feel exhausted, feel anxious, and even a little overwhelmed. And I know the overwhelming thing, I know at least in our family, is just the schedule and getting the non-driving kids where they need to go.
Yeah.
Because their schedules are all over the place,
Yeah.
I know that's part of the anxiety is what do we do? How do we get them, what kinds of things are they going to do this summer? How do we get them to their activities?
I know a lot of times you can rely on grandparents. I mean, my mom would take Adam to baseball and stuff like that.
Yep, and I'm sure there to dive in and, help if I need to. But anyway, I just know that constant scheduling gets kind of old, Anyway, they say May is stressful because as parents, we're trying to go above and beyond for our kids, balancing their schoolwork and summer schedules with already packed personal schedules. So not only are the kids busy, but of course, moms and dads are busy too. Anyway, so there are parents, school's not even out and they're dreading the summer. I used to love summer because, it was just fun to have kids home and it was fun to have your kids' friends over and that sort of thing. And we see a lot more of our grandkids during the summer. So I love summer now, but I don't have all the anxieties that, my daughter and her husband do as parents.
I mean, I grew up in pretty much dead center Fergus Falls is where I grew up. And I had,
You had a bike.
I had a bike. I would bike to my
Do you know what's
games.
really funny, though? Where was it? Just recently, my granddaughter said, I think it was riding like from our house. So we're south of Hillcrest. and riding, I think, to the community pool. And
Okay.
she said, "Ooh, that's quite a hike." I'm like, and
What?
everyone just burst out laughing at her. I'm like, "Are you kidding me? What is it, about 1.5 miles?
Yeah.
I think you can do it." She could run there, I
Yeah.
mean, but she said, "Oh, that's quite a hike." I'm like,
I
"Are
remember
you kidding me?"
biking with my golf clubs out to Pebble
Oh,
Lake.
me too. Yeah. I never thought I'd be that parent that said, "Well, back in my day, we did this."
Yeah.
But we did.
Yeah.
And even with or without golf clubs, and if we weren't playing golf, we were
Swimming.
going to Pebble Lake
Yeah.
and swimming. So you'd have your towel around your, around your neck, and off you'd go on your bike, and we'd be out there all day long.
Yep.
And if you didn't go on your bike, you just didn't go.
Yep.
But I thought it was so funny. Ooh, that's quite a hike.
That's
Like,
quite a hike.
really? So anyway, everyone laughed hard at her, and she won't say that again. Okay, this is a story about sports parents. And just like kids, I think, have gotten lazy, parents have gotten ugly about sports.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, there's a guy who has some tips for sports parents. He's a coach, and he said, "As a coach, I've had irrational parents on my team, and it has made my seasons miserable." The Passion Project, it's called soccer. This is specific to soccer, but it works across, every sport. It's called soccerparenting.com. It has now over 43,000 members nationwide. And it gives you tips on being supportive without stressing your kid during the big game or driving the coach crazy. The Soccer Parenting Sideline Project suggests attentive silence. Well, that's not always easy, but sometimes I kind of have to give John the elbow in the ribs sometimes. Cheering positive things. Shouting at referees or other plays is considered hostile, and you just plain don't do it. Anyway, and telling your kid what to do during the game is not only distracting and probably embarrassing for your kid, but it's maybe not what the coach has in mind.
Yeah.
He's been watching this team. He knows what kids are capable of and how to coach those particular kids. He doesn't need you telling him what to do.
Exactly.
I hear that all the time.
We, with the boys growing up, they played many different sports and many different sports that I played. So I'd go out and I'd coach them a little bit, not as a team, but just like, hey, let's go to Grotto, let's go over to the soccer field, let's go wherever and, do some stuff that way. But Jen was always like, you should really be, one of the coaches. And I'm like, no. No, the parents.
No, thank you. I would
I
never.
grew up playing sports.
I wouldn't want to be a
There's
coach
no way
either.
I'd ever be a coach.
Nope. And in the heat of the game, sometimes you do get maybe a little revved up. And we all have been at a game where the officiating is terrible.
Oh yeah.
And it's hard not to, yell something, but really, where does it get you? All it does is make the ref mad. And the calls maybe from then on are not going to go your way.
Exactly.
So you just don't get anywhere by doing it. I know sometimes it's hard not to. I think the most distracting thing, I feel so sorry for the kids whose parents are yelling from the stands, telling him what to do. Get under the hoop, get in the lane, blah blah blah, or whatever it is. And these kids, they can pick out their parents' vote.
Oh, yeah.
They know. And not only is it embarrassing, but maybe it's not what the coach is telling them to do.
Exactly.
So back off. Let the kids play.
I spent 1 year as a soccer ref. And that was more than enough.
Yeah.
I was just like, no, I'm good.
I know. No, I don't think that would be any fun. I've been at a game where the ref actually stopped the game and walked up into the stands and took his shirt like this, and said, "You want to wear this?" I thought, I was so embarrassed for the person. But it's very embarrassing.
The NCAA tournament, somebody walked down to the court to yell at the official. The official stopped the game and had security escort the guy out.
Yeah.
Can you imagine paying those ticket prices
Oh, my
just to get
goodness.
ejected a couple minutes into the game?
Yes. This particular thing happened at a volleyball game.
Ooh.
And the ref climbed down from the up ref and actually walked over to the stands. I mean, I was embarrassed for this person. You know, I couldn't believe that it came out of her mouth even. Anyway, we all get kind of wound up, but let the coach be the coach.
Yep.
Let the players play the way the coach asks them to. And yeah, and if it doesn't go your way, I don't know, go get popcorn or something. Oh boy. Okay. One really easy trivia question. You won't miss this for nothing. And the other one, I don't know. We'll see. I think you'll get this one too. It's both food related. What nuts are used to make satay sauce?
Wow, that's
That's the harder one.
the satay sauce. I am going to go with almonds.
Peanuts.
Oh,
I thought you'd get that
I was
one.
back and forth on that.
Okay. That was your other choice, peanuts?
Yeah.
Well, you'll know this one. What is the traditional herb in pesto sauce?
That'd be basil.
That's basil. Yeah. We talk about it all the time, so I know you.
And the funny thing is, I only know that because you talk about it all the time.
Okay. So you wouldn't have known that without me and my love for basil and
I mean,
pesto?
I know what pesto is, and I've had pesto many times, and I know it's some kind of green sauce or green leafy
Yeah, you
thing
just
that
didn't
gets
pay any
blended.
attention to what's in
Yeah.
it necessarily. I love the flavor of basil. In fact, I don't know if you're finding this, and maybe it's because I'm liking them on Facebook, but so many good salad recipes and so many good recipes that I see on Facebook.
I do a lot of recipes. I mean, not really salad recipes, but I get a lot
love
of
salads.
I get a lot of recipes from Facebook, and I just kind of experiment with them. And I say, "Hey, Jen, we're gonna try something new," and she's like, "Yeah, let's try it." So,
Okay, well, I just came across this one. Now I got to see if I can find it. I thought this one, here's what's in it. It's called bruschetta pasta salad, and I think this sounds really good. And it's beautiful besides. It's a kind of pasta I've never heard of, and I don't think it matters what kind of pasta you use. Cooked and cooled, Roma tomatoes, and I would substitute grape tomatoes cut in half because they're so good. A quarter cup of chopped red onion, Parmesan cheese, and those little mozzarella pearls. You know, you can buy those little ones. Fresh basil chopped, garlic powder, olive oil, and the sauce is just olive oil and balsamic vinegar.
Okay.
Sounds really light and, springy and summery. And then I saw another one that is Napa cabbage, green or the purple stuff, shredded. You can buy it already shredded. So it's cabbage, a cucumber, a red bell pepper, green onions, fresh dill, and then the dressing is mayo, olive oil, vinegar, mustard, garlic powder, and salt.
Yeah, that sounds okay.
It's and again, these really, really pretty salads.
The salad that we always make and take places is one that Jen came up with a while back, and it is a broccoli cauliflower salad.
Yum! I love broccoli
it is
cauliflower.
so good. And
except when you open the top and it smells terrible. Broccoli stinks.
Broccoli smells like broccoli. It's tasty.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I think we talked about this last weekend. We were at a potluck for a 90th birthday, and somebody brought that bacon. Oh, it's got bacon and not cauliflower, but broccoli. Broccoli, bacon. I think there's cheese in it. I don't know what else is in it, but it's the best.
It sounds a lot like what Jen makes. She uses broccoli, cauliflower, bacon, mayo, dry ranch powder.
Okay.
And that kind of gives it the flavor.
Oh.
And then it's got
so
cheese in
good.
it too, and it's
I could live on salads. But that second one that I talked about with the Napa cabbage, I looked at that one because not only is it a really pretty salad, I love everything in it. It seemed simple, and it said something about if you ate that salad every night for dinner for a while, you would start dropping pounds because it's I don't know if it's the stuff in it or just that you're not eating bad stuff, but everything fresh. And I love those really fresh summery salads. And boy, we're into fresh summer salad time for sure. We've had a lot of potato salad and coleslaw lately. It just felt good because it feels like summertime. All right. Well, I wish I I think the feel good this today is that it is Mother's Day.
It is Mother's Day.
And we need to make sure that we take care of Mom this weekend, and no matter what you're doing, and be careful if you're out there fishing, I guess.
Use your personal flotation device.
Absolutely. And just remember, there will be Sheriff's Water Patrol out there, I'm sure, especially on the bigger lakes, and you want to follow all the rules and
beware of idiots and Nodaks.
Yeah, well, yeah. Oh my goodness, yeah, you sound like somebody I know. Anyway, yeah, we just hope everybody has a good weekend, no matter what you're doing, whether you're just hanging out or you're going out for dinner or going golfing like you guys are. We don't have any real special plans, and that's okay too, I think. Sometimes
that's usually the best.
I always say no plan is my favorite plan, because then something comes up and you think, okay, we don't have any plans. Let's do it. So that's kind of where we sit for the weekend, which I kind of like. But anyway, coming up on 10 o'clock, happy Mother's Day. Good luck fishing. Our show today and every day brought to us by Pioneer Care and by Fergus Falls Monument Company. Have a great weekend.